We've got this discussion going on in one of the Trimet Facebook private groups about this policy that states that when operators become ill on the road, they must find their own way back to the garage. And I know this is a new policy because I never heard of it until recently, and I've been listening to dispatch for a decade now. I think it's actually been 10 years that I've been listening to dispatch. There was some breaks in there, but I've been keeping up with the TriMet news for a long time. It's been more than 10 years I've been doing that. And I don't remember ever hearing about this until recently. So I just filed a public records request to get to the bottom of this. Who proposed it, who approved it, who reviewed it, and what was the rationale for it. And we know this is a brand new policy because we have this dispatch recording.
Hey, Sandy, they've got this new policy now, or revision of the old one, or I don't know what, but they have decided, and this is the station agents, the managers, I guess the manager of the station agents, and revision of the old one, or...
Okay, so he said this is a new policy, so we can document through this official communication that this is a new policy. And it was cleared by all the station managers and station manager executives or whatever. Anyway, it went through a lot of people. We know it was new. We know it's new by this communication.
I don't know what, but they have decided, and this is the station agents, the managers, I guess the manager of the station agents, and our managers have decided that you go to your nearest relief and then find your own way back to the garage or to the end of the run or however far you can go it. But at that point, then you would be responsible for parking the bus and finding your own way back to the garage.
Okay, we don't need to listen to any more of that. We've seen multiple calls of operators getting flat-footed by this new policy. So I want to know about the policy. Who exactly approved it and why did they approve it? So I put in a public records request asking for all the documents, emails, memos, memorandums, rules, anything related, any conversations regarding this policy to be submitted to me for my so I can look at that. And so I sent that in today. So we want to get to the bottom of how this actually happened, and we need to know the people that were involved in this decision and why. And that should become clear in the public records request. Now, I also attached a link to this call because we've got to have proof that these policies exist and we have it in their own communication. So the public records at the legal department is going to have the call so that they have a basis to look for the policies. It's not something we made up. It's real. So I'm going to get back to finding out where this came from, and we'll publish the results. Unfortunately, it's me doing the records request, and history has proven that Trimet goes out of their way to impede me in this kind of thing. They find reasons not to fill my request, and they don't answer for, they're not an ethical organization, and because they don't like me, because, I'm one of the leading critics at this point, they will impede me. There's nothing anybody can do about their behavior, nothing any of us out here can do about this, and they know that. There's no accountability to the public whatsoever. And this is why they can't get the tax measure approved. They had to take the name off of it and put it to Metro, because they have such a bad reputation in the community at this point that they know they can't get people to vote for anything when it comes to the TriMet at this point. And it's a well-deserved reputation because they've earned that reputation, okay? They've disregarded the public over and over and over. They've disregarded the union over and over and over. They don't operate worrying about what people out here in the real world think. They just do what they want. So, of course, they know they can't get a tax increase because people know who they are. And now with Kelsey being outed for who he is, nobody supports him. Okay, he's going to come into that job, and I'm 99.9% sure they're going to put him in there anyway, but he's coming in there tainted now, okay? We know who he is. He's been outed. He has no community support. If they go ahead and put him in there, I hope he's ready for that, because it's going to be one fight after another. And you're not going to get your tax increase. I can tell you right now, whoever the people are in charge of this, you're not doing anything for the public. You're not doing anything for the people. It's all about you. And we know it. We know it's all about you. I'm talking about the technocracy, the planners, the bureaucrats that all get rich off of this, the construction contract. Nobody wants the Tiger and Southwest Corridor. We don't want it, okay? We have enough light rail in this community. We don't need any more. What we need is the bus service to be beefed up. We don't need any more baloney. We don't need division. The division reconstruction is nothing but a gentrification project. It helps nobody but the real estate developers. And of course, the designers, the bureaucrats, the technocracy who has to design the whole thing. It's not even going to speed up the bus travel trip. It's a gentrification project, and people are aware of that. Both of those projects are being shoved down our throat. Nobody got a choice. They just announced we're doing it, and trying to get people to support it. Well, we know who you are, and with this policy of leaving drivers stranded on the road, we're going to get to the bottom of where this came from. And I want to see all the documents related to this.